you better have an explanation for this summons, Monica. Rushing home at midday isn't a part of my routine.
Nor mine.
I do have an explanation, a very good one. I think I've come up with a brilliant idea that will solve all of our problems. I visited Celia earlier today. Do you know how excited she is about this art show?
You called us all the way back here to tell us that?
No, not just that. But while I was talking to Celia, I had an extraordinary idea. I think I know exactly how Grant can endear himself to her, and they will get so much closer to reconciling you wouldn't believe it.
What's your thought?
My thought is that we have to get Grant to let Celia know how much he really cares for her. And the best way to do that is for him to give her a party on the opening night of her art show. Now, wait a minute before you say anything. Let me tell you, not just a party, a Class A party, with caterers, with champagne, with the works, and with an invitation to every major art critic in Manhattan.
That's ridiculous.
Well, as usual, Alan, I don't agree with you. I think it's a very sound idea. At least it'll show Celia how much Grant appreciates her.
I'll tell you why it's ridiculous. Because Grant doesn't have enough money to be able to afford a party like that.
I know that, my darling, but we do.
Oh, I knew whatever you had in mind would cost us money.
Edward, you want Celia and Grant back together, right? Well, footing the bill for this party would be a very good investment.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
Thank you very much, Edward. How about you, Alan?
It's still ridiculous, and I'll tell you the one thing you forgot about. You forgot about Grant's pride. He won't let you do it, Monica.
I didn't forget about it. I'm one step ahead of you. I know the one person who will get him to do it.
Who?
Lila. She's always had a very special fondness for Grant, as he has for her.
Yeah, Lila, of course. Monica, once again, I congratulate you.
Thank you again. Always trying to keep my shoulder right to the wheel, Edward. Now, Alan, do you have any more cold water you want to throw on the idea?
No. Unfortunately, I have to admit I think you've done some very good work. However, you did omit one particular detail that's very important.
What?
It should be black tie.
How dare you become violent without my permission? I warned you the first time when you killed Van. Now look at the mess you've gotten us into. I ought to wipe the floor up with you.
If you just calm down, I can explain.
All right. All right. Explain.
In the first place,
Lee.
in the first place, you were out of town. How the hell could I get your permission? I had to make a decision, and I had to make it fast when I caught Peter in the warehouse.
You mean he saw the treasure?
No, I stopped him with a knife.
Then how did he ever get away from you?
I was interrupted before I could finish him off.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Then you went out and decided to kill Tony Jones. But you told me why. Why?
Because Peter told Jones that you had the treasure right here in the warehouse. I had no choice. You would have done the same thing, Sean.
I was taught to kill only when I had to. And I never missed.
Look, Jones is as good as dead.
How can you be so sure?
I called the hospital. He's still unconscious, and he needs brain surgery.
He'll never come out of it.
Is that your professional opinion, Doctor?
I agree with Slater. He's as good as dead.
All right. All right, we'll go with that for the moment. Now, Robert Scorpio, I gotta get to his office.
Why?
Why? Don't you ever think anything through? I have to find out what he knows. Now get out of here.
What's the circulation on the APB?
Distribution B. The sketch, too.
Let's make it always simple.
We'll do.
Hey, good. Come in. I'm glad to see you.
Doctor, how are you?
All right.
Robert, I received your message as soon as I got back into town. Is it true that Peter's alive?
Very much so.
Well, that's incredible. Where's he been? Why did he come to Port Charles?
I can answer the last half of the question. He came here about the treasure.
What do you mean the treasure? That doesn't make any sense. There is no treasure.
Peter told Felicia that there is a treasure, and he knows where it is.
That's absurd. We all know there isn't a treasure. Look, maybe Peter lied to Felicia to make sure she'd help him.
True, there's no treasure. But why was Tony shot?
And who shot him?
I have no idea. But, Robert, your message said that Peter was wounded.
Right, according to Felicia, badly wounded.
Excuse me, Commissioner.
Yeah,
You said not to wait if we got a break.
Come in, Sergeant.
This is Butch Snyder, the owner of the charter boat I was telling you about earlier.
Yeah, hiya, Butch. I'd like you to take a look at this sketch. Take a good look and then tell us what you know.
He's the man that hired me last night. I took him across the lake to Canada.
Where in Canada?
Two Rivers.
Did he say where he was headed?
No, as a matter of fact, he didn't say much of anything all the way over.
Was he wounded?
He was in pain, all right. I didn't ask him why. He didn't say.
All right, Mr. Snyder, if you could go with the officer here and make your statement, we'll go over it later, all right?
I don't know much more.
Well, you've been a great help already, and we appreciate it. We'll talk after you've made your statement. But I want you to get over to Two Rivers. I'll call the Canadian authorities and alert them you're coming.
Right. See you, Donovan.
I don't need to spell it out, do I? We could do with some WSB help on this one.
You got it. I'll contact our man in Toronto.
I appreciate it, thanks.
What happened, Dr. Palmer?
Nothing, Mrs. Jones. There's nothing to get alarmed about.
Why are you dressed to operate?
Well, just let me explain. We just checked Dr. Jones's vital signs, and there's been no substantial change in several hours.
Well, is that good?
We're going to go ahead with the brain surgery.
How soon?
Your husband is being prepped now.
How long is the surgery going to take?
Well, it's hard to say with any certainty. I'd estimate a minimum of 3 hours, but it could go much more than that. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Doctor.
Yes?
God bless you.
Thank you.
Hey, it's going to be a while with the surgery, so maybe I ought to get some sleep. I'll arrange to have a bed and a room here for you.
No, that's okay. I mean, I will, but during the surgery, it sounds kind of strange, but I think that if I stay awake and exercise my willpower, maybe it'll help.
That doesn't sound strange. I feel the same way. That if I just keep saying to myself, my brother's gonna make it. Tony, right? Because he is. He will.